Taurus, this is Tracy from Northeast Tarot, and welcome to your March 2019 monthly tarot forecast. This is for Taurus Sun, Taurus Moon, and Taurus Rising signs. So Taurus, for this reading, I am using the Universal Tarot deck along with the Oracle of the Unicorns Oracle cards. I also will be pulling you an additional Whispers of Love Oracle card, and then an additional Archangel Raphael Oracle card, focusing on health and well-being. All right. All right, Taurus. So at the bottom of the deck, I do have the Queen of Wands, and so this is the overall energy. So I'm just looking here, Taurus, you do not have any major arcanas here in March. Okay, so that's very interesting. So we have the Queen of Wands as the overall energy. So no matter if you're male or female, very fiery, she's very positive. She's a very upbeat, positive energy. She's got a ton of energy. She's a multitasker. You know, I view Wands characters as manifestors. They, you know, they're very passionate, very ambitious, and they make things happen. And so some of you could be manifesting. Also those Taurians that maybe have a lot on your plate. This is you multitasking, but doing it with like a smile on your face. She's a very positive energy for me. Also very, very creative, very passionate. What's interesting, Taurus, is right at the center here, I do have the Eight of Swords. And this is really the only caution that I have for you. And so Eight of Swords crossed by the Three of Pentacles. So maybe some of you are worried about finances or worried about your job. There could be some Taurians that maybe you're worried about being watched or something like that. But Eight of Swords is that mental energy. It can, you know, represent that fear, that anxiety. So there's a need for you to stay out of your head. There's a need for you definitely to stay positive. You have this very positive energy as far as maybe being creative and making things happen. So this is really the biggest caution I have for you. And your thoughts are energy, so what you think you attract. And you do have a couple of eights here. And so eights for me are karmic energy. So, you know, you needing to stay positive, that's very important. Needing to keep your thoughts positive. Now, this is around your job or finances, or if you don't work for a living, something you've been working on. For some of you, maybe even stressing about maybe the people that you have to work with here, maybe right at the start of the month. But most of the time, the Eight of Swords for me is someone who's worrying unnecessarily here. So if you're experiencing a lot of fear or anxiety, this, for many of you, is you worrying unnecessarily here. You also might feel stuck or trapped, but with this fiery energy here, with this creative energy, for some of you, you can find a way out of this. Now, at your foundation, I have the Seven of Wands, which is what I call that warrior spirit. So this is also a very passionate energy for me. This is someone who is not going to back down. They're not about to settle or quit. You know, this is someone who has a goal or a belief. And so this is you not changing your mind, Taurus, not backing down. Maybe for some of you, defending yourself or defending your actions, very passionate about something. And then in the recent past, I have the Knight of Wands. And so some of you could have, you know, maybe taken some sort of action here in the night with the Knight of Wands, excuse me, in the recent past. Travel could have been significant for some of you. Some of you could have maybe physically moved, or there could have been some sort of travel that was important. But others, I feel like maybe this was you taking some sort of action. So maybe even making like a hasty decision. Very passionate about something here. So taking some sort of action. And for many of you, this is on the career front. And so some of you, you took some sort of action. It was an exciting energy here in the recent past, but then we have this fear. or this worry right at the start of the month. Crowning you, we have the Six of Swords. So this is good. You know, for some of you, this is energy that is not going to linger here, because we have the Six of Swords, which is you focused on the future with the Six of Swords crowning you. This is you very focused on moving forward, very focused on the future, leaving challenges, difficulties behind. The Six of Swords can represent you moving towards that peace of mind. Sixes speak about balance and harmony. And so, you know, for some of you, this is an energy that's going to linger. We do see you very focused on moving forward. We do see you very focused on the future. Again, physical travel could be coming up for some of you. Maybe you're just nervous about a trip. Maybe some of you already did some traveling here in the recent past. You might have more travel that's coming up, and maybe you're just nervous. You might have to travel for work for some of you. And then what's interesting is we have this Four of Swords coming up here in the near future. Around the second week, we have the Four of Swords, which could be a break. So for some of you, this could be you taking time off of work. This could represent a vacation. So maybe some of you, you might be getting, you know, away or going away, taking a vacation here. You know, maybe some of you don't usually travel. Maybe you're afraid to fly or something like that. The Four of Swords for me can indicate a break, which maybe that's what some of you need with the Four of Swords. But I feel like with the Six of Swords and the Four of Swords, this is definitely your mind calming. So those of you that were stressing a little bit here at the start of the month or even at the end of February, if you were like, you know, stressing too much in your mind, this is definitely things balancing out for you. You know, maybe you just simply need some alone time here, Taurus, because I feel like this is you maybe catching up on your sleep. For some of you, this is you taking care of yourself here at this time. This is you resting. And you know, a lot of the time we need this rest. We need this balance. We need this rest or this break. So then when we do jump back in to our work, or we go back to work, you know, we're recharged. And so here around the third week in the position of your power, we do have the Eight of Pentacles. So, you know, maybe some Taurians, you're landing a new job, and so this is you resting before you're jumping back in for some of you. Others, maybe you just took a break from work. Eight of Pentacles, though, around the third week, for some of you, we already see you back to work. This is you very, very focused on your work. If you were unemployed, this is you landing a new job, and maybe, you know, you're going to have to travel for this new job. But for some of you, this could be you landing a new job, also maybe learning like a new skill, a new trade, something like that. If you don't work, it also can be you going to school, learning a new trade. Can be you working on a project if you don't work for a living, but we see you, you know, very, very focused on your work, very focused on something here at this time, and, you know, devoting a lot of time and energy to this. And then in the position of how those around you, friends, family, how they're viewing you, we have the Queen of Pentacles. So coming up more in your element here at this time, which is very good. Taurus, you are a hard worker, no matter if you're male or female. You know, when you want to reach a goal or, you know, land that promotion or land that new job, whatever it is, you are going to make it happen. You are the bull, and so you persevere, and you don't back down, you don't quit. You are a hard worker. And so some of you, this is you definitely working very hard. With that Queen of Wands and this Queen of Pentacles, this is very, very good energy. So some of you are definitely, you know, maybe manifesting here. It could be within your career, or again, something you've been working on. You could be getting creative with your work here at this time. Now, with the Queen of Pentacles in this position, this is in the position of how those around you are viewing you. For some of you, you could be spending a lot of time with the Queen of Pentacles. So this could be like a fellow Taurus, a Virgo, a Capricorn. There could be like another earth sign person that's significant here at this time. In the hopes and fears, we do have the Knight of Swords. So that's interesting. So hoping that maybe, you know, things move forward maybe very quickly. You know, this is a knight who charges forward, who takes action very quickly. He can be someone who's a little impatient. So for some of you, maybe you want the energy to pick up. Maybe you want something to happen very quickly. For others, you know, there could be an air sign person that's significant. But energy that you're leaving the month of March going into April with, we do have the Two of Wands. And so some of you, this is you very focused on the future. You know, you're literally holding the world in your hand, Taurus. So this is you maybe planning for the future. You could be getting organized here. For some of you, you are just about ready to move forward down a new path. You could be making an important decision here at this time. But this is you planning. This is you getting organized here. So overall, Taurus, I feel like, you know, you have some very positive energy here. The only caution that I have for you is this Eight of Swords. So needing to stay out of your head. Some of you are just worrying unnecessarily here. There's definitely some Taurians that you're landing a new job. There could be a raise or a promotion. Some of you are definitely maybe being watched within you know, that position that you work in with that company that you work for. You might be noticed here in March. If you're stressing about that, there's no need to worry about that. Just, you know, keep yourself focused, Taurus. Keep doing a good job. Yeah, and if you were waiting, if you were unemployed and waiting on landing a new job, for some of you, I definitely see that here. But we will clarify this Eight of Swords. We will take a look at this Eight of Swords for Taurus. All right. Interesting. Okay, interesting. All right, Taurus. So we have clarifying the Eight of Swords. We have the Seven of Swords, Judgment, and then the Hierophant. So that's very interesting. So some of you, maybe with the company that you work for, with the Hierophant, it can represent, you know, the company that you work for, large companies, institutions, things like that. This is you maybe fearing corruption, fearing lies, deception. For some of you, it's just a fear. It's just a fear. Being judged unfairly, that's what I'm getting for some of you. So fearing being judged unfairly, fearing corruption, could also be with like the government, legal matters, anything like that, Taurus. But with the Eight of Swords, this is you just fearing this. You know, some of you maybe have like a legal matter that's ongoing because maybe someone did something to you with the Seven of Swords, could have tried to cheat you or something like that. So there could be some Taurians that you're waiting on like a legal decision, or, you know, even a divorce with the Hierophant, marriage, more traditional relationships. But here maybe waiting on a decision about that. So very interesting. So there could be some Taurians that maybe a relationship is ending. Some of you could be spending some time alone here with the Four of Swords. But let's pull you an additional guidance card. The Four of Swords is a healing energy. Okay, so this card wants to come out. So I'm going to take the one that's upright, Taurus, and then focusing on love life. This is the Whispers of Love Oracle deck, but as always over on Vimeo, I do have the March love and relationship forecast over there. So if that's something you're interested in, the link is below. Taurus, looking at March 2019. Love and relationship matters for Taurus. All right, and then focusing on health and well-being, Taurus, this is the Archangel Raphael Healing Oracle deck. Taurus, focusing on health and well-being for Taurus. Interesting. Okay, so the overall additional guidance card I have for you, Taurus, we have delight. Count your blessings and enjoy life. Take pleasure in simple things. Always expect the best. So I feel like for some of you, especially those of you that are like fearing corruption, fearing, you know, the worst basically, this is you needing to count your blessings, needing to enjoy life, take pleasure in those simple things. Always expect the best. So try to stay positive, try to have faith. This is you needing to be grateful for what you already have. You know, a grateful heart just attracts more blessings. Some of you, I feel like this is you needing to stay out of your head. You need to rest, which you will be doing that here around the second week. Just enjoy, you know, the simple things. Enjoy, for some of you, the journey that you're on. I feel like this is you completely worrying unnecessarily, Taurus. And then looking at love and relationships, we have miracles and blessings. Everything has its gift. And so some of you, you know, when it comes to your love life, no matter if you're single or partnered, there could be a big blessing that's going to be coming in for you. But for me, this card in this deck, for me, it represents everything happening for a reason. So no matter what's taking place for you on the love front, you know, everything has its gift. Everything happens for a reason, even if you don't understand what that reason is right away. So that's very interesting. And then looking at health and well-being, we do have do more research. Dear God and Archangel Raphael, thank you for clearly and gently leading me to the information that I need to know for my well-being. Please give me the courage to be assertive as I take charge of my health care needs. So some of you maybe needing to get more information, needing to do research. If there's something that's bothering you, maybe there's you know, a remedy that you can find, you know, maybe by just going online and doing some research. So very, very interesting. But overall, Taurus, you know, I feel like it's going to be a very positive month for you. Just try to stay out of your head, okay? Taurus, so I hope that you found this reading helpful. If you are not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe. If you are interested in having a private reading with me, please check out northeasttarot.com. Have a great month.